It's time to talk to one of our favorite New York Jets on the team, baby. There's a lot of things popping, a lot of things to discuss. Let's friggin' roll, baby. Zoinks! It is unequivocally the Super Bowl for New York Jet fans. Field Yates, baby. Field gosh darn Yates. Let's bring him on the show. Come on, people. Connor Rodgers is joining the show. What's up, Connor? But Trevor gosh darn Sycamore, baby, for me, personally, my favorite New York Jet of all time.
Wow, it's great to be on. What an intro that was right there.
Paul, nobody does an intro like you, man.
Paul, you give the best intro of literally any podcast that I've ever seen.
I'm gonna lose my gosh darn bananas. What's poppin', everybody? My name's Paul Esden Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green, the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Here on the show, it's time to bring back one of our faves. I normally say one of the best in the gosh darn business, but the best in the gosh darn business. It's Thomas friggin' Morstead joining us here on the gosh darn show. I love this guy, and so do Jet fans. Let's bring him in. Thomas, what's up, brother?
Hey, Paul, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thomas, so you're a multi-time offender here. You've been on this show like, I don't know, 3-4 times this year. We need like an award or something.
Don't hold it against me.
Okay, how about here's the award? What about a Pro Bowl berth? How would that be, my friend?
Well, that would be pretty cool. As the elder statesman in the league, that would be pretty special. But I don't ever set that as a goal because it's not something I control. So, but it'd be a tremendous honor for sure.
Well, it's something you may not be able to control, but the fans certainly can, because starting on Monday, December 11th, which was yesterday, as we're doing this interview, fans can vote directly on X, that's formerly Twitter, by tweeting the first and last name of the player, tagging the player's official Twitter handle, or orchestrating a hashtag including the player's first and last name. All three of these methods must include the hashtag Pro Bowl vote. So, the Jet fans, the Jet faithful, could help Morstead get back to the friggin' Pro Bowl, Thomas.
It'd be pretty cool. No doubt about it. It's I've only been one time. So, yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, what the hell's up with that, Thomas? I took a gander. I'm like, this must be Pro Bowl number 30 for Thomas Morstead, potentially this year. And I'm taking my reading glasses out, and I'm like, 2012? Over a decade ago? What the hell's going on? This is a travesty, Thomas Morstead. It's a travesty.
Well, I've been the first alternate, I think, 7 times. So I've been the first runner-up. And, some years we punted 43 times in a season or 46 times in a season. And I'm sure there was some dome bias in there that, you play inside, so it's easier for you to do well. Lots of things like that. And then, there's other good players in the league as well, too, that have special years here and there. But yeah, I've tried to be a model of consistency in the way that I perform throughout my career and game to game, season to season, and just hasn't broken my way. So it'd be a cool honor for sure. And but I'm just trying to do my best, and it'll be what it'll be.
Of course. And again, going to the Pro Bowl any year, I imagine, would be a tremendous honor. But Thomas, I don't have these stats in front of me. I don't know how many people have had a decade-plus gap between one Pro Bowl berth and another, from 2012 to potentially coming up here in 2023. What would it mean to you to get back there? Because I got to imagine that's among the greatest compliments your peers can give you, because they're part of the process. Coaches, players in the NFL, and of course the fans. So it's a 3-part series there. But that's the greatest compliment you can receive, being a Pro Bowler, the top of the game.
Yeah, I think for specialists it is. It's uniquely special because it's kind of like making All-Pro for a normal position, because there's only one guy that goes. Right. You can have 3 quarterbacks that are Pro Bowlers, and normally all 3 of those guys are in the playoffs. And so then there's 3 more that get selected. So the Pro Bowl can get kind of a little watered down at certain positions. And for the specialists, there's just one guy that goes. So it's kind of like an All-Pro. So, yeah, it's definitely a cool thing. yeah, I think, if I did have the opportunity to go do it this year, it'd obviously be different. There's no more game. It's the Pro Bowl games, I think.
Yes, yes.
So it'd be a different experience, but my kids are all, they're all old enough to kind of know what's going on. I think it'd be a unique family situation if we got to do that. So.
All right, so fans, let's rally, baby. The fans can do their part. I just explained it. We'll also have that in the YouTube description down below on how you guys can help Thomas Morstead get to the frickin' Pro Bowl. Well deserved. We'll get back to that in a little bit, Thomas, but what about the latest game here, again, for the New York Jets? Not just a win. What an ass whooping. You guys opened up a can on the Houston Texans. It felt good, but I have to ask you, snapping a 5-game losing streak, simply, how did that feel after all the funk that's been around this team recently?
Felt great. It's been a tough year, and obviously expectations coming into the season were high as could be, and so far it hasn't played out that way. Proud to be part of this team, and we've continued to hang in there, and it just felt really, really damn good to get a win, and it's crazy because I think there was all punts in the first half, 0-0 at the end of the half, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, just an explosion in the second half. So I think it was kind of it just really felt good, and you could just feel it was like a weight was left off for everybody. So it was nice.
Yeah, I heard that in a sense. They were talking about it, I think, on the offensive side of the ball. Once you guys scored that first offensive touchdown, again, maybe that same pressure, like, whew, okay, oh, this is all we have to do. Then, boop, 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 boop. When it rains, it pours, I guess, pun intended, considering the weather conditions. But all of a sudden, it started doing that. So could possibly that same momentous energy. I'm a positive guy, Thomas. Also, we get one win. I'm like, we can run the table, baby. We can get a winning season. We can go 9-8. Like, is that the same vibe that's popping here? We can have that same mentality.
Yeah, I mean, I've been accused of being kind of overly optimistic and or eternally optimistic, and so I think we're going to win every game we play in, but also at the same time, I'm not looking forward to thinking, oh, we're going to run the table. It's just, all right, we got the Dolphins this week, let's get the next one, and so I think we're all just kind of hung in there and taking it a week at a time, day at a time, and I think we're all, just don't get too far out in front. We just need to win this week, and then we'll look at what's in front of us from there. But it certainly felt good, and I was happy for the team, but a lot of individuals that have, had hard roads that kind of, got to have a good feeling and performed well. So it was exciting for a lot of players individually as well.
Thomas, is there a little extra juice? The Dolphins, that's one of your former teams. You want to give them the business a little bit extra?
I think anybody that plays against a former team always wants to, do well and show them what they're missing. I don't have any sort of resentment or negative energy towards anybody in that building. They were phenomenal to me down there. But yeah, I'd love to have a phenomenal game.
Thomas, I got to bring this up, but I'm an emotional guy. I kind of put it all out there. That's just kind of how I am. But I'm gonna be honest, the social media post from here, we're gonna throw it up on the screen here for all the people that are viewing. Man, I was getting a little teary. You got you and your son?
Yeah, that's my boy Maxwell. He came to the game
Here. Oh my goodness, Thomas! I was tearing up a little bit seeing this, pal. Yeah, walk us through this. One of your wives. I love this post.
Yeah, I appreciate it. We had some people in town, and it was wet and windy and cold, and we ended up having kind of the group decide, this probably isn't good with 6 young kids. And my oldest son, Maxwell, was like, I don't know what y'all are talking about. I'm going to the game. And so I don't know. It's pretty cool being able to do this job and have him be a part of it and my whole family be a part of it. You get kind of little nuggets or moments of time that I didn't even know it was getting captured. It was just really cool to have. So I thought I'd share it.
Yeah, and Thomas, let me ask you that because you've been in the league for a long time, and I don't know with some of the ages of your children, I don't know how many of them have been able to be aware that my dad is a punter in the NFL. So I got to imagine even this in particular, and then hearing your son say, "Weather schmether, baby, we're a football family," and that he's rallying the troops to go there. That's going to make these even more special, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's cool. It's and at the same time, I've got a few of my kids who, if they had their choice, wouldn't go to the game at all any week, which is totally fine as well.
Yeah.
But whenever they want to be a part of it, and they're excited about going, and they give you that look, and they're just proud of their dad out there. It's a really cool feeling, and it's honestly something that's kind of helped me. Having them at the games is cool. You're like, your son's watching you. And it doesn't put you in a place of added pressure. It's more of a, I don't know. It's kind of like the difference between seeing something as an obstacle or an opportunity, right? It's like, how many more chances do you get to do this? I kind of just try to keep that perspective, and it really puts me in a really positive state of mind, and it's cool. I'll never forget it for sure.
Well, you mentioned, you don't know how many more times you're going to do this. Jet fans are hoping it's a few more times, Thomas. I noticed you're a free agent to be after the season. I mean, you're obviously coming back, right?
Well, I can say that I thought I'd be back on a few different teams in the past few years, and I would love to be back. But things, you just never know how things go, and I've learned that over the past few years that ageism is a real thing, and but it's just part of life, So it helps you kind of be present and enjoy it as it comes to you, and. But look, we're having a great time. We certainly made a commitment to, me being here. We moved the whole family up this year, and we dropped the kids out of the school that they were at, and we've had a really good setup down in New Orleans. And we're committed to being up here, and so yeah, if it works out for me to continue to be here, that would be really cool.
Okay, Thomas, so no hanging up of cleats. You're 37, you turned 38 during the offseason. None of that business, right?
That's never going to be the issue. Let me tell you,
okay.
I feel like I'll know when that's time. And I know how I'm performing, how my body feels, and what I need to be doing to perform at an elite level. And as long as I'm doing that, I'm going to, I don't foresee a reason that I would stop. So no, the old R word, retirement, or moving on to something else. I don't want to do anything more than I want to do this job, and at some point that won't be possible anymore, but that's not yet. And I feel like I'm playing at a very, very high level right now, and I hate that age is even a thing in consideration, because honestly, I don't feel like how maybe people could perceive you at that age. So
okay, so the idea of that we could just totally punt. Pun intended.
Punt that for sure. And I appreciate the pun there. That was good.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Solid dad joke.
All right, there we go. You see, as I'm kind of getting into this, my daughter is 2 in January. I'm trying to get a better feel. I feel like the only way to kind of get into it is diving into the deep end of the pool, kind of swimming around.
You gotta just, whenever you have that thought in your head, that filter that normally turns on that says, that could be a bad joke, or like that insecure feeling you get, you got to start to ignore that and just got to let it out. And I feel like when you get to a place where you don't even think about it anymore, you just let it rip, that's when you're full dad mode. You know what I mean? So you'll get there.
All right, great. Yeah. I'm learning. A young Padawan to Jedi Master here is
there you go.
Trying to garner that. So
you're speaking my language now.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I know for the 5th or 6th, wherever we're at now on Thomas Morstead purchases, I know now next where we're going. Write that down in the notes for some Morstead action.
Hey, so, listen. When I signed and got that number 5, I put the pressure on Lauren. I said, "Hey, listen, we need a 5th coming up here, so that's on you." So we're hoping for something down the pike here.
Okay. All right, Morstead. That's phenomenal. And we're rooting for that. We're more football fan, more future Jets, more future footballers, all that. Yeah. I'm all on board. I don't know if you needed that.
Where it gets really pressure filled is the fact that Garrett Wilson has number 5 next year, and maybe 6 becomes available. I don't know. Then you get into the Twins issues, and it just feels like you're putting too much pressure on. So we're trying to get it done one at a time.
I love that. So Garrett's kind of helping. He's like, oh, I got 5, and you're like, honey, sorry, I could only get 99, so I guess we got work to be done.
That's
Sorry,
right.
hon.
That's right.
It's phenomenal. Again, we're speaking with Thomas Morstead here for just a few more minutes on the show. So, Thomas, and I hate the age thing, so let's throw that aside. So, is it a thing for you? So, like, one of my favorite players of all time is Barry Sanders, and he just decided, I'm good. And he could have played a bunch more years if he wanted to. Every year he was in the league, he was in the Pro Bowl. Speaking of Pro Bowls, so he just decided, yeah, I'm good. And he just decided to walk away. So, he said, you will just know. What? I don't know if you can explain that in further detail, but what do you mean you will just know? Like, is it a family thing? I just want to spend more time with my kids now, or this, or what?
No. Look, I get plenty of time with my kids. I have such a great balance with the time that I get to spend with my family and work and other things that I, would like to be doing. What I mean by that is I'm not going to cheat the game. If at some point I feel like I'm hanging on, that would be what I'm talking about,
Okay.
If I don't,
because it seems like you enjoy the work. Because like your Instagram workout videos where you're cranking, I'm like, okay, so me and Morstead are dads. That's probably where it ends on the relatability. My dad bod to your physique is not parent here. So I feel like sometimes I've heard that from players we've had on the show where they will say, I don't love that part of it anymore. So see ya. In that level of cheating the game potentially.
Yeah, look, my dad was a professional cyclist, and he still rides like he is a pro in a way. So. And he's in his 60s. So I think that part of me, that's in my DNA. I mean, that's who I am. That's what I love doing. So I don't foresee any of that changing. I think the biggest thing will be if I don't feel like I'm, adding value to a team anymore, I think that would be at a point where I'd say, I'd have a hard time doing that. So as far as all the things that it takes to be great, that ain't changing. I love doing it all. I'll be doing cold tubs when I retire. They make me feel better. All the stuff that, gets your body right and the things that it takes to have yourself ready to go, the training, all of it. I love it all. So that ain't changing one bit.
Okay. Let's finish off with these two. First off, is there anything in the locker room, because there is in the fan base, that as the Jets continue to potentially win here, Aaron Rodgers, he wants to make history. Okay, let's rally. Let's sign up the trade. Is there any thought like the guys in the locker room going, hey, man, maybe this could happen. Maybe this guy could come back and be a freak. He's Aaron freaking Rodgers. Is there any of that chatter as we're getting closer to some of these dates some people have been talking about?
Yeah, I don't know how much guys pay attention to the day-to-day, but I think the fact that he's here every day and you see him doing things every week that he wasn't doing the week before is cool. And it's inspiring, to see somebody trying to do something that hadn't been done before, and to have the courage to even attack it, that like it's even a possibility whenever people are saying it's impossible. So it's great for everybody to be around it, to see it, and to see somebody that's working vigorously as hard as they can to have that chance is it tells you that he believes, it tells you he believes there's a chance that we'll, have us, with a chance to get in. And it's just cool to be around every day.
All right, let's end with the Pro Bowl, where we started, Thomas. And maybe you're not the only Jet, especially in the special teams capacity. It could be Zerline's having a hell of a year. Legatron, Thomas Hennessy's a freak. I mean, what do you make of this room? It seems like we could have a couple of Pro Bowlers, baby.
We'll see. I think of all of us, I think Greg's got the best shot. He's missed one kick all year, and it was from 50 something off the upright. If there's one guy I'd love to have the opportunity to go, it'd be Hennessy. He's been playing here for this team for 7 years, and he just works in silence and doesn't really look for any attention. He's not a big self-promoter or anything like that. And, for him and his family, I think that'd be a really cool experience. And, your punter and kicker don't have Pro Bowl years without a snapper that's operating at a Pro Bowl level. So I think if anybody that I would hope would have the chance to do it, just because they haven't experienced it and you want them to experience it and to have that under his belt, it'd be Thomas Hennessy for sure.
I love that. He deserves the love. Maybe he won't love that he's getting this love right now, but whether or not he freaking deserves it. So Thomas, here it is. I'm gonna manifest it just like Aaron Rodgers. We're winning out, baby. We're going 9-8. Right team's losing. We're going to the playoffs, baby. We're ending the playoff drive. The Jets are going to the freaking playoffs, and let's see what happens. That's what I'm saying. Let's manifest it. Let's get some wins. Let's stack in some of these. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm all in, man. That's just to have a chance. If you get in the dance, anything can happen. And like I said, we got so much that we got to handle before we can get there. But yeah, let's manifest it. Let's do it. It'd make this story pretty unbelievable. It's already unbelievable. So it'd be double unbelievable, and it'd be exciting to be a part of it. So I hope it happens.
It would be wild. And fans, my last missive. Let's get Thomas Morstead and Hennessy and Zerline and all the rest. Let's get them all to the Pro Bowl, and you guys can do that with those rules. And all the rules will be down below on YouTube as well. Thomas, as always, brother, it's been a great pleasure to talk to you multiple times this season, and hopefully many more to come, man. Thank you so much, and good luck the rest of the way, pal.
Cheers, Paul. Thanks for having me on, man.
There he is, Thomas Gashdarn Morstead. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you next time.